Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're shining the artist spotlight on somebody really special,
Yeah.
Gianluca Zanna.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of him.
And he's really kind of like a musical chameleon.
Yeah.
Um, he's got this incredible range,
Uh-huh.
pulling inspiration from all sorts of folks like Billy Idol and AC/DC
Yeah, those are
to
classics.
Donna Summer and even The Prodigy.
Wow, that's quite the range.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So,
It's pretty fascinating how all those influences come together in his music, You
yeah,
can hear the heart rock elements, the pop sensibility, and then even those electronic, like almost raids-like vibes
right.
woven in there. It creates this really unique sound.
Absolutely. And it all started with this 10-year-old boy in Italy just dreaming of making music here in America
Wow.
with just a makeshift guitar.
Makeshift guitar, that's dedication.
I know. And now he's living that dream.
Good for
With
him.
over 150 songs published worldwide.
Wow, that's more than just dedication, though.
Right.
There's like a real entrepreneurial spirit there, too.
Totally.
I mean, the guy owns soundeffects.com and soundeffects.com. Talk about being ahead of the curve.
I know.
And that same drive is reflected in his music career, too. His motto is creative professional and songs that you will remember.
Catchy.
Yeah, but what does that really mean for him? What do you think?
Well, looking at his discography, the research team found everything
Mm.
from rock and pop to EDM and even a song in ancient Latin.
No way, in Latin.
I know. I mean, Canticum Gloriosum, it's this dance track, Celebrate the Glory of Rome.
That is unique.
Who else is doing that?
You're right. Nobody but songs you will remember.
Right.
That has to be about more than just catchy melodies, don't you think?
Yeah.
I think it speaks to his ability to create music that resonates emotionally, like
Mm.
Take You Never Said I Love You.
Okay.
That song has gotten international acclaim.
Wow.
And I think it's because it taps into something universal, that feeling of unspoken emotions and longing.
Definitely. And it makes me want to dig even deeper into his music.
Me too.
But before we do that, let's talk a bit about this idea that the brain is his main instrument.
Okay.
He plays multiple instruments, so what does that even mean?
Well, he said in interviews that while he loves playing instruments, it's really the ideas that drive his music.
Okay.
It's about creating a vision in his mind and then finding the best way to bring it to life sonically.
Okay.
Whether that's through specific instruments production techniques or collaborating with other musicians.
So the instruments are just tools to execute the vision.
Exactly.
I like that.
Yeah.
It really highlights the importance of that initial creative spark.
Yeah, it all starts there. And it's that vision that leads him to experiment with so many styles. For
Yeah.
example, We Are One.
Uh-huh.
It's this powerful anthem about unity, and it's got this incredible energy, almost like a stadium rock song.
It does.
But then you listen to In the Quiet, I Have Found My Home. And it's so introspective and atmospheric, blends electronic elements with almost ethereal vocals. It's quite a contrast.
It is. And it's not just the mood that changes. He plays with the genre conventions in interesting ways,
Right.
like Canticum Gloriosum,
Oh, yeah, the Latin one.
which is a dance track sung in ancient Latin. It's catchy, but what are the challenges of blending something so traditional with EDM?
It's a tough balance. You want to honor the source material, the Latin text and the history, but you also don't want it to sound like a stuffy museum piece.
Right.
And I think Zanna's success with Canticum Gloriosum
Yeah.
comes from his ability to create a soundscape that feels both ancient and modern.
Interesting.
The driving beat and the electronic elements give it that contemporary energy,
Yeah.
while the Latin vocals add this layer of gravitas and mystery.
I've noticed that collaborations seem to be a big part of his process.
Yeah, he loves to collaborate.
Several of the songs we've mentioned feature Claudette Lyons.
She's great.
And he's also been working with former Mega Records executive Claes Cornelius.
Wow.
What do you think draws him to working with other artists?
I think collaboration can bring fresh perspectives
Uh-huh.
and push an artist outside their comfort zone.
Okay.
In the case of Claudette Lyons, her voice adds a beautiful warmth and a soulful quality to his music.
Yeah.
And working with someone like Claes Cornelius, who has decades of experience in the music industry,
Right.
could provide valuable guidance in navigating the business side of things.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how those partnerships have shaped his recent success.
Definitely.
That 2024 Greatest Hits album is a testament to how much his music has resonated with people.
It really is.
And then there's his work on film soundtracks.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Which is a whole other creative avenue.
Totally different.
I mean, composing music for films like Encounter and Never Look Back 2
Intense.
must require a different approach.
Absolutely. With film scoring, you're essentially creating a sonic landscape that supports the visual storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
It's about creating moods and emotions that align with the characters and the plot.
I see.
And based on those film titles, it sounds like he's drawn to projects with a darker, more intense feel.
Speaking of creating worlds, he's also got this action-love music comic called The Adventures of Mr. Zanna.
Really?
I admit that title left me a bit confused. What exactly is an action-love music comic?
That sounds like a fusion of genres, which seems to be his specialty.
It does.
I haven't had a chance to read it myself,
Okay.
but my guess is it combines elements of action, adventure, romance, and music.
Interesting.
Perhaps the story revolves around a musician or the power of music itself.
Could be.
It's a testament to his creative restlessness. He's not content just making music.
Right.
He wants to tell stories in different mediums.
It definitely speaks to that creative aspect of his motto.
Yeah.
But it also takes a certain level of professionalism and business savvy to make those ventures work.
Yeah, for sure.
He clearly knows how to market himself and build a brand.
You're right, and that goes back to his earlier ventures, like owning those sound effect domain names.
Right.
There's a strategic mind at work here, someone who understands how to identify opportunities and make bold moves.
Okay, so we've explored his diverse musical style, his collaborations, his work in film, and even comics.
It's amazing.
But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to that idea of his music being songs you will remember.
Yeah.
We've talked about the emotional depth and catchiness, but what else contributes to the lasting impact of his music?
It's a combination of things. I think strong melodies, relatable lyrics, and his ability to create a sense of atmosphere.
Okay.
His music isn't just something you listen to, it's something you experience. Like, take Single and I Like It, for example.
Okay.
It's a fun, upbeat pop song, but underneath that surface, there's a message about self-love and embracing your independence.
That's a great point. It's like there's always something deeper to uncover, whether it's a message about unity and we are one, or finding peace in the quiet, I have found my home. And even when he's exploring those deeper themes, his music never feels heavy or preachy.
Exactly, there's a lightness of touch even when he's dealing with complex emotions, and I think that's what makes his music so appealing to a wide audience.
It's like he manages to strike that perfect balance between being accessible and artistic.
Yeah.
You can tap your foot along to the beat, but you can also get lost in the layers of sound and meaning.
And that's a testament to his skill as a songwriter and producer. He understands how to craft music that works on multiple levels. It's catchy, but it's also intelligent and thought-provoking.
So for anyone listening who hasn't experienced Gianluca Zanna's music yet,
Yeah.
I highly encourage you to check him out. You can find it on all streaming platforms. It's truly a journey worth taking.
I couldn't agree more. He's a unique talent, and I have a feeling we'll be hearing a lot more from him in the years to come.
Well, that about wraps up our artist spotlight on Gianluca Zanna. We've covered a lot of ground, from his diverse musical influences to his work in film and comics. But what stands out to you the most?
For me, it's his constant drive to explore and evolve. He's not content with staying in the one lane. He's constantly pushing boundaries and trying new things, and that's incredibly inspiring no matter what field you're in.
It is, and I think his story is a great reminder that with passion, dedication, and a bit of that entrepreneurial spirit, you can achieve anything you set your mind to.
Absolutely. So go out there and create your own masterpiece, whatever that may be.
This episode of Behind the Rhythm was brought to you by Ant Taylor for the Wayplay Radio and Sonic Gumbo Radio Network.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you for joining us for this Artist Spotlight. Be sure to explore more from our guest on all streaming platforms. As always, have fun, be kind, and be well. Please come back again for another exciting episode. Until next time, we're out.